actually lost track. Ooh, we looking slow. Tense that. Yo, Bert, what's been up, right? Blood work, we're going to go over that next week. Before I get into that, I just kind of want to go over what's happening on the outside, but I do look forward to sharing that with you guys. That'll be quite interesting. What's happening on the outside? We have about 3 to 4 months left before the contest prep season. My contest prep diet starts, so I'm definitely hearing the footsteps. I was thinking about it as I was going through all these reps, as I was warming up, as I was driving to the gym. It's less abstract now, and to say that it hasn't been a huge motivator of late would be a lie. It's definitely, it's definitely pushing me to get that last bit, of those gains in, and definitely have it affect my contest prep in a positive way. But yeah, the prep I'm super excited about. I think there'll be a few different things besides just the physique. Oh, I will be dieting with my girlfriend, who you'll see in a minute here, Leanna, who is going to be doing a few shows. And I think a lot of you guys out there might be like, well, are you sure about that? And, I think there's definitely going to be its challenges for sure, but I see a lot more perks than the negative things coming out of that. My back's improved a lot. I just don't think you can quite see it yet because of all the potential energy that I store back there. But it's improved. It's improved quite a bit. Back to the contest prep. I feel that, for example, these training sessions, this is our quality time together. During the day, we kind of are doing our own thing, and then we get together at the gym, we do our thing, and in a way, kind of unknowingly, it's a good way to build certain skills, not just muscles, that will be useful to us in other places. So it's like it's time together. For example, on this specific day, we got into a slight argument, an argy-bargy, if you will, and we solved it. But I think that kind of hints at why this is why having her as a training partner in some ways has made us better together. I think we get to actually work on a lot of skills, team building skills that are useful for more important things outside of just like bench pressing and squatting, right? So I look forward to the prep having a similar effect to that. By the way, I filmed her acclimation set before her big set here. Cling. She got it together though. Her big set of 5 sets of 125 for 10 reps. Just to kind of show you guys that, hey, that's how you warm up. You acclimate to your work. You don't let your warm-up sets fatigue you, right? That's misplacing joules, right? If you guys want to go over that in more detail, I'd be happy to actually touch upon that in a video in the future. So if that's what you guys would like to hear, definitely let me know. But yeah, I think prep will be exciting. I think a lot of the changes that I do feel I've wanted to make to my back are there. I think now I have to pick up the spares, and that all the attention that I have been giving to my back has come at the cost of some arm fullness, or perhaps not necessarily my arms getting much bigger than they were, say, 4 or 5 months ago. But that, along with delts, I think the delts for sure will regain all their pop, and then arms by the end of this month they'll be better than they were 3 or 4 months ago, and then we'll add on to that and take it to new places. But yeah, I do pull downs before bench, simply because that is a higher priority to me, and I really want to be locked and loaded on those sets. But yeah, this is definitely a volume block. This was a 5x10 with 225. And I did this in between basically 2 back movements. I'll do my pull downs, I'll bench, and then I'll do some rows. And the bench press kind of serves in a way as a intermission between my pull downs and my rowing. This movement here has been awesome of late. It's been one of my favorites. Inverted rows with the TRX apparatus. I like it because it's a very honest row, and because there's never a line for the TRX apparatus, right? And the Smith machine is broken, so no one uses it, so it's always there. Of late, actually, we've switched back over to an upper lower split, not because full body wasn't working, but more so because we wanted to be able to train with some of our friends on certain days, and moving around our days in that fashion, or our volume rather, allowed for us to better do that. So that explains the switch to that. At some point, I see myself going back to a full body type split, but for now, this is most practical, and we are thoroughly enjoying it. What is she doing here? Why is she holding her heart? What she's doing is she's kind of palpating that side of her chest, and this is something that I definitely recommend for movements that you have a hard time feeling, is to perhaps do them unilaterally, and kind of tapping the muscle, putting your hand on the muscle, definitely lets you build up those a better connection with the muscle. It's a lot easier to use internal cues when you're basically like feeling the muscle, right? I used to laugh at like I guess I guess I could say it, but Charles Glass, like, tapping people here and there and asking them if they feel it. It's like, duh, you're tapping me there. But it's been a great addition. So Charles knew what he was talking about when it comes to this specific tip. And that's one thing that we both do on our flies. We like to do them one arm at a time. We have no problem feeling our pecs when we're bench pressing, but when it comes to this movement, it's not as natural to us until we do this. So if you're having issues with certain movements, doing them one arm at a time is perhaps not a bad way of going about it. When I do flies, when I do certain bicep movements, you will often see myself palpating the muscle, and I will form a stronger connection with it. So yeah, this last bit of this off season, what I will do is really focus on trying to get these arms to look respectable. I am very, very confident that my back looks a whole lot better, but I want to definitely bring these up a notch. And I think a lot of you guys might be wondering, why are you taking a step back with certain body parts? When you have to go back and collect them? Well, again, being a specialist, it works, right? So, for example, think of a triathlete. They do all these events, and when you look at athletes that maybe specifically only do one of those events, they tend to be much better at them. And I think as an advanced bodybuilder, perhaps even as an intermediate bodybuilder, going through some specialization cycles is definitely a very practical way of bringing up those body parts. And sometimes, some body parts might take a step back, but you'd be surprised as to how the whole muscle memory thing actually works, and how quickly you're able to get back to where you were. And not until you get there does it start to really become that uphill battle. So yeah, you'll see that in the next, I'd say 6 to 8 weeks, my arms will be vastly improved, and delts will look the way they typically do. And since I'm still doing enough for my back to maintain a lot of the good stuff I've worked hard for there, it's going to definitely still be in place. But yeah, that's the latest. I am doing an upper lower split. I am trying to reprioritize my arms and my shoulders. These curls were very cheaty. However, it's because I was trying to save time and do both arms at once. You can see by the first few reps that when I do them one arm at a time, hey, unilaterally, right, I tend to do a better job of using the targeted muscle groups. So please excuse my French on these curls. But that's it. That's what I have for you guys. I will leave it here. If there's anything that I talked about, even if it was very briefly throughout this journal entry, and you guys want to basically just want me to expand a bit more on it, definitely let me know, and I will do that during my next update, because it's going to revolve around a lot of the other stuff, the blood work and such, and all that jazz. So definitely let me know if you guys have any questions, something you want me to expand on. I'd love to. And again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the support. It's really, really appreciated.